One love, everyone. Monday Night Live, another podcast with a very special guest this week with Somatic Solace. Wait for people to join. Solace just joined. Welcome, everyone. Just lower the volume a bit here. And let's welcome our special guest. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be helpful if I turned my camera around. Hello, hello.
Hi. Need to readjust that here. Let me see. I have a new tripod here. Okay. Nice. I'll have to lower my chair a bit. I like that. There we go. How are you, Solace?
Aloha. I'm all right. It's been pouring for days, maybe a couple of weeks now in Hawaii, and my mood's starting to really feel it.
Okay. All good. I saw that you have some visit from your parents now.
I do, yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
We went hiking. We went hiking in the jungle yesterday, in the jungle, under the pouring rain. It was so much fun.
Yeah, so with the element and all that. So are you far from the jungle, from your place? Do you have to travel a lot to reach that place?
Oh, no, not at all. There's like maybe 5 minutes away from my house. And the one we went to yesterday was 15 minutes maybe by car. So everything is super close. No, it's amazing. It's a blessing to be here. Yeah, for sure. What's the weather like for you? Still got snow?
It's February, so it's still winter, so it goes in every direction here in Canada. Sometimes can be like around 0 degrees, melting a bit, and other days can be super cold. So yeah, so this winter has not been too harsh so far. We had like 1 week of very cold weather, but other than that was okay. So nothing to complain about. So yeah,
that's a good attitude right there. I don't think I would make it. I don't think I would survive.
Yeah, but you're in an amazing place. I mean, when did you move to Hawaii? Like a while ago, right?
Oh, yeah. I've been here for 16 years, but the first time I came here was 26 years ago. So.
Okay. So yes, you fell in love with the place.
Oh yeah, this is home.
Yeah. So you moved from France to there, right?
I moved from France to Germany, and from Germany I came here and then moved to California for 7 years and then back here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. So thank you for coming on this live with me. It's our second collaboration. The first one, it was with Niyama, it was on your page. So this time you're my guest. So I see some beautiful people, my tribe that is joining, Francisco, Alexander, Kevin, my beautiful friends. So maybe if you could introduce yourself for those who don't know much about you yet, how could you introduce yourself to my audience? Shane as well. Hi, Shane.
And thank you to Alex. Alex is sending some peace and much love to both of us.
Yeah. Alex, he just moved to the jungle as well, but in Costa Rica. So.
Ooh, I was just there in Costa Rica not too long ago. Awesome. Sweet.
So yes. What about you? How could you introduce yourself to my audience?
Okay. I'm Somatic Solace. I am located in Honolulu, Hawaii. I do a lot of different holistic healing. I am an LMT, so licensed massage therapist. I'm a certified communication coach, up-level communication coach, and a very soon to be full-fledged somatic sex educator. I'm on my last core course 5 with the Somatic Sex Education Institute, which is the very last course to take. But during that training, we do take clients still. So we started taking clients, when I started that training, introducing new modalities along the way. Every time I learn something new. So I work with couples. I work with single people, yeah, it's my program. The work I do is very much tailored to each and every one of my clients because everyone comes with something different, has different needs. I'm also trauma informed. So I can work with people who have had experiences with, sexual trauma, and I have had my own personal journey with that. So I feel like this work was, it's. I feel really called to do this work for
Yes,
that.
yes. This is how I feel you. I feel that you are really on that mission to help people with sexuality, which is a very, very big thing here at this time in our history because it has been perverted so much, so much guilt around it, so much like dark energies. And I feel that you are that light worker that is just bringing light onto that topic with all the work that you do in your post, and you're very I feel that you are really on a mission, that you are very passionate about that, about helping people. Yes.
Yeah, it is definitely a passion. I would call it that too. And I honestly wish I had discovered this work long time ago, but everything happens in divine timing, as you know. But I do wish that I had that knowledge, in my 20s, in my 30s, and I feel like I've always been a late bloomer and finding out all of these modalities and all of these healing methods late in life. But I'm here now and I'm doing it, and I'm going to continue doing it. And yeah, it is really a mission. And as you said, a lot of people have been, guilted or, shamed for their sexuality and for feeling sexual and for expressing that. And I'm trying to break that stigma and break that wall and just make, the world understand that there's nothing wrong with being sexual. We all are. That's how we all got here on this planet after all, so.
Nature is very sexual. And I resonate with what you just said about being a late bloomer because both of us were from Generation X. So it's a very special generation that is like a very special place in history, like in between two different eras.
Totally.
So
that's how I feel.
That link between two different era, like the generation of our, let's say, parents and grandparents, and let's say the generation of today, the younger people, it's two different things. So I feel that our generation, Generation X, we have that special role to play because we are at that time of our life where we, let's say, are in our 40s, like more, let's say, experienced than people that are still teenager or in their early 20s, but we are still at that place where we are like in our prime and we are still very into all that, and we are that special link into those for the new generation to come. So yeah, I feel that we have that very, very special place, that Generation X.
Yeah, it's true. Sometimes I feel sometimes I feel like I'm kind of not part of this world, though. I'm like, it's been hard to find my place in this mess, but yeah, it's coming. We are coming from a different generation completely. Where everything just started shifting. I feel like when we were in our late teens, early 20s. That's I feel like things took a turn, and it's been like I feel like things have been like going faster since then.
Yeah, we're in the different things are evolving very, very fast. And so I totally agree with you, and I'm sure that you will resonate with that and with the social media that is a new thing that we didn't experience ourselves at a younger age. And now we saw that thing just happening like out of nowhere and shifting whole dynamic between even like males and females. Like it changed the whole game because we saw the before and then the after, and it's two different realities.
Right.
So
yeah, we got to experience the before, and now we're like in the, you know, in all of this, like and we can't get out of it. I feel like it's now so much part of our life.
It's the new normal, so we have to deal with it, but with more knowledge and more education. I mean, social media can be an amazing tool when you are really empowered in your divine masculinity and your divine femininity, and you have the knowledge, and you can use those tools accordingly in a healthy way. I think though the social media is amazing. It's a tool. So again, a tool is a tool. It's neutral. It's neutral. So you can use a tool for good or bad. But when you are unconscious, I mean, you use that tool like whatever way, and it can be detrimental to you. So
absolutely. Yep. Yeah, totally.
So, yeah.
100%. And that's how actually we met. We met on social media. And here we are, you know. So
yes.
I like the
that's how I am meeting people that resonate to a deeper level from all around the world. Because I feel that the work that we do, we don't meet people at every corner of the street that we can resonate with to a deeper level. So sometimes I feel that we're scattered all around the globe, and we find each other based on that frequency and that resonance that we have towards each other. So for that, it's a beautiful tool. For those who have the confidence to just broadcast their true vibration with no shame and just be like themselves 100%. And I know that you are doing that, and the people here, I see a couple are agreeing with that. Like Alexander is the same, and my friends are the same. We're just broadcasting our frequency, like to be like authentic. Authenticity is key. Yes. And then so when you can broadcast that authenticity on social media, then you will be attracting those amazing beings. So so this is exactly how we met. So so we have to adapt to any situation. So so thank you for being here on the live with me.
Thank you. And I want to thank you also for the wonderful video that you just did on the. So I did not know that word, simping. Is that how you say?
Yes, simping.
What is that? And then I heard you talk, and it was like, oh, okay, I had never heard that word before. Okay. And so
that's a word that comes from the manosphere, because I have a huge background in the manosphere. So like I could say like the fight club for guys, you know, guys that they find each other, and because most guys, let's say my age, and even like today, they have very like little knowledge about women and femininity and how it works. It's still very like me. I had to unlearn and relearn everything to be able to switch my life and to be able to attract a girl like Niyama and to be able to keep her around. So it didn't happen by mistake. I mean, a lot of work has been put into it, and it's because of guys like me that we were eager to gather like real knowledge, because we knew like about, you know, all about the red pill, blue pill. So because we were awakened on other subjects. So my first subject of awakening was pharmaceuticals, and then it leads to another one, like a financial system, another one. And then you realize that even social dynamics between males and female has been totally like hacked to ensure by design with that program that we won't be able to connect and have healthy relationship, even when both parties, this is what they want. I mean, this is what we all want, to be happy and healthy relationships. So so the manosphere to me has been that place where it was like forums and YouTube channels that are all deleted today. They have been erased because they were revealing too much truth. So it was all considered like hate channel and stuff like that towards women, which was not true at all. It's just information. And then those guys who've been able to download that knowledge, like me, then they have been able to switch their reality. So yeah, so that simping term comes from that place that is not very much known by the public, or by the woman at least. Yes. So,
yeah, thanks for sharing that. And if you know, you want to find out more about that, you posted it on your Instagram. Is the full video on your Instagram?
yeah,
The full video? Oh yeah,
yes,
because that's where I watched it.
yeah,
No,
it's
I
a
watched it.
yeah,
But
I
it's
sent
on
it to you
YouTube.
on YouTube, but I posted also on my Instagram, and also I have a Rumble, but it takes a bit of time for the Rumble to sync with my YouTube channel. So I just posted it on Instagram real quick because I wanted it to be before this live, because I was mentioning you into that video. So I just wanted to respect the order of it. So yeah.
Yeah, no, it
So
was great. Thank
yes,
you.
yes, and with Linda, a friend of mine, so that we did a lot of healing together. So yeah, again, healing is key. So once you are healed and you can access the real knowledge, this is where the magic happens, and you can have those genuine exchange with the opposite sex, and have like from a healthy place, and to be able to grow together and exchange knowledge, because we all want the best for each other. So yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yes. So I think we wanted to touch the subject of semen retention tonight.
Yes. We've been talking. We have so much to say. It's hard to like just stay focused on one point, on one thing.
Yeah. So.
But yes, we are going to talk more about semen retention. The last time that we had a live, last year, I think, was it last year?
Yeah. About close to a year ago. Time flies.
Yeah, we talked about it, and so you were at a different stage at that point, maybe not as advanced as you are now.
It's always evolving, always, because I always work on myself. I have that mindset where I always get better, always want to improve, and so I'm a different place. So it's good to touch the subject again.
Yeah, and you're going to tell us what you learned and how things are going for you, and you can give advices to everyone here. And I'd like to know, though, how did you get to this practice? Or how did you find out in the first place about semen retention?
Yes, so it was talking with Niyama. When we started dating, we were talking about so many different subjects, and it came just casually like that, where because we always talk about, like, with her, I could talk about some interesting subject, you know. So it's not with every partner that's possible, but with her, like right away, that because we are twin flames, so that connection was there, and we could like further expand on so many different topics, and we were so compatible on all of those topics. So it came. I think it's her that brought it on the subject, but it was always in the air, like, okay, yeah, like, and to me it was there. Okay, I could try that, but no real motivation, really. But you know, when you know something, there is a seed inside of your mind. It's there. But the way where it started, we explained that funny story on our first collaboration together. It was in winter, a very cold night, and we had that window opened in Niyama's room. And me, I had smoked a lot of cannabis, so I was really high. And we were like doing our thing. And Niyama, she has that type of body, that avatar, that she needs to be warm, to be functional, like very warm. But the window was a little bit too open, so there was that cold air that was coming in, and like all of a sudden she just froze. So she became like non-functional. So what the act? So this is how it started. So like we had to stop, close the window and all that. And now she was like in shock. She was shaking like that. And me, I was super high. So it was like that weird moment where she just like it stopped everything. So we had to stop just because of it. And then the next day I decided just to keep going.
You see her comment? She joined. She's like, "Oh Lord, this story," laughing face.
Yes. So back to this
is where it all started.
Yes. With a magical winter night with the window a little bit too much opened. So this is how it started. So it kind of kicked in the whole thing. And then I had that goal of doing 21 day. And me, I am very goal driven. So when I take a decision, like again, men, a pillar for men is to be up to their words. So if a man says something and is not up to their words, to me, it's not good for a divine masculine, at least. Yeah. So me, I said, okay, I want to do 21 day. So what I managed to do is I like cold turkey, and I did 23 because for me, it's always important to overachieve, to always program my brain to win. We're like computers. We're like a program. So I know that we have been programmed all upside down. So when you understand that, you can reprogram your brain and your mind totally differently, the way you see fit for your life, and then you will get that reflection from the universe. So I have that mindset. So after 23 days, this is where I did like a release, and it was amazing to release. And then my initial pattern was to have like a 3-day window per month to release. So I was releasing every month, but 3 days per month. I was allowing myself that small window, like a bit like when a woman has her period, I could say, like a small window to release. So I was feeling so much like energy by keeping my semen instead of always releasing all the time. It's such a different experience because it's your prana, it's your life force, it's your energy. I mean, it's your semen, it's your gold. As males, it's very precious. Like it's your seeds. You can create like your legacy with that, your babies. I mean, you want just to waste it around in Kleenex and in condoms and just like it's sacred. So you don't want either just to give it freely. It's like it's sacred. So when you understand that to a deeper level and you respect your semen to that level, you stop fooling around with that because it is so sacred. Yes. So that was my initial introduction to it, like to release once a month. Yeah.
Did you have a mentor that helped you guide you through this practice?
A lot, yeah. So as you know, we are very involved into channeling. So with Niyama, she has that gift. She's a channeler, and we're in touch with the Galactic Federation. So I am very open about that. So I am in touch with many different beings. So the love beings and the Andromedans and others, and they brought me so much knowledge about that. So it's from beings from higher realms. So and the good thing is not just like a mentor that you can find online, another human that you can talk about it, because those beings literally they scan your energy. So they know things to a much deeper level. So I kind of received that training from them because I was so eager to learn. I'm an eternal student. So it's always like a question. So I ask a lot of questions about that. And and it can goes even deeper because I will share about that. Because me, I'm very close to those beings. It's we have that close proximity. So even when we are, let's say, doing Tantra, Niyama, because when Niyama channels, she raised her frequency very high to be able to connect above and then to be able to channel those messages. So when we are doing Tantra, it can happen that she is so high in vibration that she will connect to higher realm and we get those downloads. And sometimes even during the act, she would whisper to me some channel messages, and it would be even like coaching, telling me, okay, now you are holding too much of energy. So I would even receive coaching during the act to that level. So that's it's deep. So yeah, I have coaching for that for sure, but to a whole another level. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's new information. I didn't know that. So it sounds like the guidance that you got, the mentorship that you got was like more spiritual. It came from a spiritual place. Yeah,
from higher realm. And so much love. There's so much love up there. So when you connect to those realms, it's very magical. So yes. So and again, so you read your energy. So the last talk I had, maybe we will come to that subject. So I about the massage, but I will keep it for later because this is a talk I had with Andromedans when they were scanning my energy.
Okay.
So
yeah. Before we go into that, So how long ago approximately has it been since you started this practice?
Come again?
How long ago approximately has it been since you started this practice?
About 2 years now. That famous winter night was winter of 2021.
Okay.
So about 2 years now.
Okay.
Yes. And yeah, so if I add, after my 1 month, I was releasing every month. So I had that idea just to push it more. And then we have that video on YouTube that we did with the love beings, because we also do sometimes some video with them from those beings. And we just publish it on our YouTube channel. And they told me that a male my age, it's good, it's good to release, let's say, every 3 to 5 months. So I heard that. Okay, because me, I was like every month. So this is when I say, no, I have to push it more. I have to do at least 3 months, but they say 5. So I did 7.5.
Wow.
So yeah. So that was my long, and it was right when we did that collab with you, I was at 7.5. When we did that live with you.
I remember that.
Yes. Yes. And shortly after, this is when I did that release. And it was another experience, like when you release after so long, how to describe that with words, it's impossible. So it's everything like amplified, like big time. It's it's sacred, very spiritual experience, like not out of body experience, but it's like such a powerful experience to release. Country, like if you do that every day, it's just become like business as usual. But after months like that, it's to a whole another level. But I learned a lot from that, because I was burning the candle by the, it's in brûler la chandelle par les deux bouts, c'est une expression en français.
Yeah.
In English, is it a real expression?
To burn the candle at both ends. I'm not sure if this is I'm not sure if this is what we said.
I don't know, but you understand me for sure since you're from France. Yeah, so at that time, I was like so much like fueling by that prana energy after 7 months. It was so like potent, and I was so active. And I was doing all those healing ceremonies, and I was not sleeping much and training like crazy. So yeah, so when I did that release, I really I crashed after it. So I learned a lot, and I had to rebuild my energy. So yeah, we were like giving our energy freely to everyone around, always trying to help. We were doing a lot of private channelings with people based on donations, and channelings required a lot of energy. So we were just giving ourselves freely just to help around, because we are like that, we like to help. But I learned that I was not balanced. I was giving too much energy. So I really collapsed. And after I had to rebuild, I took the whole summer to rebuild my energy. So we went even out of social media for a while just to rebuild our energy. So I went back into semen retention, and I did that dive really deep with all my guides above. So I went really deep into a social, spiritual path to go very deep within, and I rebuilt my energy. And then we went back on social media, and now I am at 9 months, and now my goal is 1 year, which will be in May 17. So in 3 months from now, that will be 1 year.
Wow. I'm curious to know, and I didn't ask this question before, but have you heard anything about, I've read some studies that say that keeping the semen for so long could be actually dangerous for the prostate.
I heard about that as well. Yes, maybe you can share more. Yeah.
I mean, I was trying to find if this was, true information, and of course, some studies say there's no proof that it is correct, and others say the opposite. So I was wondering if you had any knowledge.
Yes. So it wasn't my plan to ask to my guides above to know, because they recommend to be like 3 to 5 months. They never say to me like push it more. It's me that decided to do that, to push it more. I heard what you said. Some people say that I heard one guy that he was saying that he was keeping his semen for 2 to 4 weeks max, and after that it could be dangerous for the prostate. So I'm not sure about that. Personally, I'm not fearing that at all. I'm sure there is many monks worldwide that did much more than that for years and years and years, and they live very healthy. So I don't have information about that much. Otherwise, I would have to find information online and how to really prove that information. I am not sure. So what I will do for sure in the coming channeling, or I call that now divine transmission, I will ask that specific questions to know what is their take on that. So maybe there is a danger. I don't know. But yes, it would be wise for me to ask, and I'll convey the answer that I will get, and people can choose to resonate with that or not. But personally, I'm not fearful of that at all. I don't experience any problem so far at all.
And you do different practices to help with the flow of the energy. So in our live that we had, we talked about massaging the balls, right, to help with engorgement, because you will get engorged if you do semen retention. It's just like women who breastfeed, and if they don't breastfeed enough, it gets engorged, right? It's normal. Fluid gets stuck in there. So we have talked about like massaging, and that's been working. That was working well for you, right?
Yes, exactly. You introduced that to us during our first live together. So we started because so you suggested that to us, and we did implement it. And it has been such a discovery for us, because it was like, oh wow, like so much energy there. And then when Yama was really doing that massage, like very focused on my balls just to make the energy move, and she's a mystic woman, so she's very good with energy. So when it has been brought to her attention, and she was like with the intention to move the energy and to make that massage, to me it has been life changing, because I was not moving the energy myself at that time. I was just keeping in without doing any kind of work. So she was doing it for me, and it was after we talked with you. So it has been a major discovery. So, and we even call that massage à la Solace. It has your name. So, so we're doing us like, this is how we call the massage, because we learned it from you. So thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yes, very powerful.
And so with that, now you also do chanting, and you use your Taurus field.
My Taurus. I printed the page. Exactly.
To move.
So this is what I.
Right through the meridian.
This is a Taurus here. So this is like what I create with my energy. So now it becomes part of my lifestyle on a daily routine. I mean, every day it's like part of my mindset when I drive my car, or when you can multitask. So even now I can start doing it. So I take that energy from my balls, and I create that vortex around me. So I imagine that white energy around me doing that Taurus. And this is back with my last talk with the Andromedans, when they told me, okay, but now your energy is all in your balls, because they scan. So they see you, like they see you at an energetic level. So they told me that. So they gave me that tip that I should like move it and make that Taurus. So I received that knowledge from those mentors. And since then I have been practicing that. So this is like fairly new, a couple of months ago, but it is life changing, because I don't feel that engorgement anymore. So that massage before, it had to be at least once a week. I was saying, Niyama, it's once a week. I mean, I'm a bit high maintenance, but it is what it is. I need it. But now, even if I don't have it every week, it's okay. Because I do it myself, because you are able to take care of yourself by yourself. So when you have the knowledge and the tool, so that Taurus is very powerful. And now I make that energy go everywhere in my body. And like I take out as well from my balls, and I make it up in my spine and all in my head. So it's to use that energy. So now it benefits my whole body, not just that one area.
That's great. I'm sorry, there's some yard work being done right now that just started. Can you hear that in the background?
A little bit, but that's not a big issue.
Okay. I might have to close the louvers if it gets too bothering. Great. So if anyone wants to know more about using their Taurus field to move energy through the meridians, maybe you can contact Vince
Sure.
after this. Yeah.
Sure. Yes. Yes. You can DM me, and if you have questions, it's a pleasure for me to answer questions for sure. Yes.
Great. So did you completely no, you said you didn't completely stop the massage, but
No.
that's an addition
Always.
to it.
Yeah. You add more tools. It's like you have a toolbox, and you discover new tools. So you add, like when you start a construction business, you know, you have that empty toolbox, and you buy your tools one by one. So this is what spiritual journey is like you discover those tools, and then if they are in your toolbox for your convenience when you are calling to use them. So to me, I use them on a regular basis, so it's an addition. So yes,
Now you have to do 3 different ways to help the energy flow.
Yeah. And now, and the chanting now, it's during the Tantra act. This is when two start to chant together. It synchronizes the heart. So you synchronize at the heart level. So this is very, very, very powerful. So yeah, so to me, I see sex as a technology. It is like a technology that is built inside of us. And to me, like what I do in this realm, like as an awakened star seeds, it's like we are the link as above, so below. So we are here to anchor those higher frequency into this more dense reality, which is like with a lot of dark. So we are here to spread light and higher frequency in the realm. So to me, Tantra and sexuality, it's a technology. Now I understand, this is the way I understand it. So if it resonates, it can be a way to explain maybe sexuality as being like a built-in technology. So when you are able to activate, like to turn like the switch on, and you're doing a Tantra session, and then you use all those tools at the same time, chanting, moving the energy with semen retention, because a male that does semen retention, it's a different game. It's not the same thing. To me, it's a foundation for a male to master semen retention. It's a foundation. Like if males are, like if guys that are watching that are not into it yet, you're missing something big in your life now, because
we're having this conversation.
Spread that knowledge. So yes, when you enable all that and you are into that state, and then like with Niyama, when she is in such like a high vibrational state, I feel that we become those like massive antenna, and to broadcast like that, those energy and the frequency in this realm, in the physical, but it's like coming from higher realm through our avatars, our body, and then we broadcast it back here in this dimension. So to me, I really see that as a technology. Yeah.
Awesome. Good. Did you want to add anything else about semen retention, or would you like us to move on to the next thing?
That's pretty much it. If people have questions, I mean, they can ask question in the question box. But yeah, to me, semen retention, it's a good summary. There's a lot to it. We did a couple of YouTube video on that, and we will continue to talk about it because it is such an important topic. Again, it's a pillar into masculine life to master that discipline, because it is a discipline.
Yeah, at least give it a try.
Yes. To me, it's like to be like a samurai or a ninja, you know, like a fighter. It's like it's a discipline. So to be a man, it's all about being disciplined. Males need very disciplined in their life to be structured, because they are the structure for the feminine. So it's part of, because feminine is more into the emotion, like, you know, and so when you have a balanced masculine that master those things, it allows his partner, the feminine, to be able to be more in her feminine. So and be able to blossom and to create her magic, because we are complementary, so we create magic together. So, so we have to be both like balanced within our own, within ourself, masculine, feminine, but also within our respective roles.
Yeah.
Masculine retention is such a key. It's key. I will never repeat that enough. It's key for sure. It's a life change. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing that.
You're welcome. And the women, they need to understand that, and they need to support their partner, because some women at the beginning can be frustrating not to go till the end, and not to have the whole experience and receive like the semen, but they need to understand that it is for their own benefit as well, because the energy that they will receive will be much more potent, so they will be able to create more with a higher with an energy that is more potent than the weak, never a weak energy. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, great. Let me take 1 minute away from here. I just have to sound my mom's
Close.
name. Thank you.
Okay, that's okay. I will take a sip of water again. It's so dry. So I will see who's in the live. So thank you for being here, people. Yes. So yeah, again, if there is any question, you let me know. But I am very grateful to be with Solace tonight, to be able to touch that very important topic, which is semen retention and sexuality, because there is not. I mean, it's so important. It's so important. Again, yes, and Somatic Solace is doing such an amazing work, and again, she's on that mission, and I resonate with her to a very, very deep level about the work that she does. So yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I did close the louvers because it just drove me crazy. I don't know how much you could hear, but it's better now. So
that's better. It was not too bad. Yeah. So I think that the last question that we have on our list is about porn, right? To touch that.
Yes.
Touch that subject. Yes.
Yeah. So before we talk about that, I just want to say that, you know, we're not here to judge anyone who is using that. I work with people who do use, you know, consciously or with their partner, and it benefits them, and you know, it works out for them.
Yeah.
Of course, it can become something unhealthy, as I talked about when I was talking about self-pleasuring.
Yeah.
It can become unhealthy, like anything else that is done, you know, too much with excess.
Yeah.
So, but we want to hear about your personal view on it, because again, you're bringing something very, you're bringing awareness to, you know, a different type of, a higher level of sex. So I would like for you to tell us your, you know, your view on watching.
Yes, and after, if you want to share your view on that, will be welcome as well. But yeah, so my view, again, it's my view. You take what resonates, and I'm not here to judge anyone. I've watched porn in my life quite a bit. I mean, so the good thing about being Generation X, again, is that I didn't have access to porn at a very young age. So that's a massive benefit, because we needed to have those VHS tape. It was not on the phone or on the internet accessible like that. So I have been introduced to porn at a later stage, like I would say teenager. And it was more soft porn, like more standard porn, like nothing too crazy. So, but now people, they have access. It always get more and more and more. And people, you go on some porn sites, you can access like a lot of different type of porn that can be very extreme. So let's say, to me, porn, if we stay like in more conventional porn, nothing too crazy. To me, like I used to watch that like a lot before, but the more conscious I became about that, today I don't watch porn anymore at all. For me personally, I don't see any benefits from that, because what I could say, because I worked a lot to flip my reality from becoming, let's say, from that more like a beta state to more alpha state. So to me, let's say, if we will go back to the animal kingdoms. Let's say the alpha male, let's say you look at the tribe of chimps or any, like the wolves or any pack of animals, it will be the alpha male that will have access to the females. And the other, like at a lower ranked male, he will just have access to watch. So me, I don't want to put myself in that position. So I am the main actor of my life. So if I have to be in touch with sexuality, I want to be the main actor. I don't want to be on my couch watching while stimulating myself. So to me, it's not a position that I want to put myself in because I know that your mindset creates your reality. So me, my mindset is I put so much work to work on myself and to, let's say, master dating, because before meeting Niyama, I reintroduced the dating market after divorce. So I worked really hard and I dated a lot, and I dated a lot of different women just to master that, like to be able to get women with more ease. And to me, it's like it was important to be into that alpha state at all time. So to me, like porn brings you more as a passive and watching, or as a, I would could qualify more like a beta state. And I don't want that for my life. I don't want those vibrations inside of me, in my brain, in my mindset. I don't want to feed myself with that at all. So this is my take on porn, personally, how I deal with that. So it's off.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
great. I mean, as I said, there's nothing wrong with people to do it. Like, I'm not here
No,
to judge.
no, we're not here to judge.
Yeah.
I've been watching that a lot, but to me, as at the stage of my life that I am at right now, it's not. Maybe down the road it will come back. Who knows? I am always open-minded. It's not because I change my mind on something that I will say that now it's totally better. I will never do that again. I'm open-minded. If ever down the road I see some benefit, I find some benefit to it, I might get back to it. I don't know. Open mind. For now, I'm not with it for now. Yeah.
Okay,
And
great. Thank you.
Yeah, well, how could you, what is your view on that? Do you resonate with that, or what is your perspective on porn?
Yeah, I personally don't watch it. I've never, I mean, maybe a couple times when I was married, because my ex-husband was into it, but it was not excessive. I was just like turned off by, I mean, like, I just thought it was like really, the typical, woman being, um, abused, really. That's what I saw, and yeah, she seemed to enjoy herself and she seemed consensual, but it was not appealing to me. It was not something that I felt was,
Could see that it was fake.
yeah. And also that it was not healthy. It just
Yeah.
watching it, my body felt like my body was, not, you know, yeah, just not happy with what I was watching, and kind of disturbed by it. That would be the word. I felt disturbed by it. And yet there was that also, and I think that's where it gets you. It's like, and wants you to make people want to watch more, because it's it's so unusual. It's not like the reality. It is not what people do. It's not what love is. It's not what a healthy relationship is. It kind of like it wants to make people watch more, because they're like, oh my gosh, like, this is crazy. Oh, she can do this, and oh, we can treat her like that, and oh, she can take it, and and especially I think for because males are very visual. It can become a little destructive for anyone who indulges in that too much. So I don't need it. I personally, like what you said, it's funny because you're talking from a male's perspective of being like the alpha male and wanting to do it and not being the spectator. And I feel the same way. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna enjoy myself sexually and do what makes me feel good. Why should I look at other people on the screen doing what the heck, like, I don't know what positions and the weird stuff, and like that doesn't do me anything. Like, if I want to have an experience with someone else, then I will do it myself. I will have sex with someone and and be kinky, or like, I'll do it, like, I don't need to put that in my head. I don't need to like watch other people do it. But again, not everybody has that, I would call it, I don't want to say luxury, but not everyone is able to have also relationships with others, have a partner, you know, have sex easily. You know, some people need to have that, you know, have access to that kind of stuff because they just can't get it outside, you know. So we're pretty fortunate beings, you know. You know what I'm saying? It's you have a partner and you know, have lovers, but not everybody is able to have that, unfortunately. So of course,
less and less with the social media thing. Again, it changed the whole dating market. It became way more difficult for men to find partners with social media.
Oh, you think so?
Yes.
For men? Yeah. I think it's the same for women. I think
it ruined the whole dynamic.
I think it messed up everything, honestly. Like I don't want to be with someone who I know is going to be like, sometimes I get like requests from guys, and right away what I do is like I look at who they're following. And if I see that all they're following is like women with like their tits out, their ass out, you know, like I'm like, no, I don't want to be friends with you. Thank you. Like, I'm not going to be another one on your list, you know? So, it's, and then, you know, and then being with someone who is going to spend their time, their free time looking at other chicks' pictures in the bikini or whatever. Like, no. And sadly, like, there's a lot of guys like that, you know? There's a lot of guys who are doing this. Dating is so hard right now. It is, Niyama. Yes, I agree. I'm in that position right now. I mean, you know, like I can't. It's hard, and even in my age range, because I feel like I'm more evolved at my age than males who are in my age category are. Like when it comes to sexuality, but I'm also like very youthful. I'm also very useful. I have a very young spirit, and men in my age category that I've met so far, just something's not there. Like, so it's really hard. So I either like connect with younger guys who are emotionally unavailable or who are not able to provide what I need for the future, or you know, we're not going to be compatible for a future life together. Or there's men around my age out there, but they haven't fully gotten the thing with masculinity and femininity and how to treat a woman. You know? So, yes, boys, yes, yeah, my boys. Yeah. So again, we're deviating a little bit from the subject, but I feel like
it's all linked. It's all linked. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all coming back full circle. So
yeah. Yep. So, but yeah. Thanks for sharing your perspective on all of that, and you know, sharing with you afraid of the depth of the dynamic. Yes, that too. Yeah. Niyama says, I feel like they are afraid of the depth or the dynamic. Yeah, a lot of people are scared from that nowadays. They just don't want to invest themselves. They feel like if it gets too deep or too emotional or there's too much coming up, they're out already. But yeah, thanks for
shallow.
Very shallow. Very shallow.
Yeah.
You know, I wish there were more men out there who who could have that that understanding of what it is to, you know, have control over their body and
because as a male, when you master, let's say your dick, you master a lot, because then you master a lot. It's a lot right there. If you can nail that one, you master a lot in your life, a lot. So you're like, you're into the driver's seat, you know. It's like, okay, I'm the man. I decide. I turn the switch on, off, because when you master, let's say, semen retention to a deeper level, and also non-attachment, because non-attachment is key, because love and attachment are two different things. So when you can master non-attachment and semen retention, then you can navigate through life much it's easier, because let's say you won't stick around women that are not good for you. It's not a good fit. Because it's like and you can turn the switch on or off. So it's not like it's always on that you are horny and like your sex demons and you have to go no matter what. It's not that. It's like, okay, it's more like, okay. And then, but when you turn the switch on, then you are like to another level. So again, it's all, a master masters the basics. And this, you cannot go more basic than that. To me, it's basic. So to me, it's always to attain that mastery level at like many different aspects of my life. And to me, that's a pillar.
Yeah.
So yes. So this is why I have the calling to speak about that. So we are really on that same mission to just broadcast that message and that knowledge. So I know that people will, we are opening the path for that because we are broadcasting that frequency in this realm. And it's there now in the ether, like our words, it stays there. And people, even if they don't watch this live, they can pick up on it because there is that internet that people can connect. So they can get those downloads because it's like the 100 monkey effect. The more people that does that and speak about it, the more people will connect to it and start practicing it, even if they never heard that discussion. So
That's true.
It's a snowball effect. So we're like, it doesn't matter how many will watch this live, or it's just to have those conversations is key. It's key.
Yes. Putting it out there in the field.
Exactly. So,
yeah. Great.
Well, amazing. So thank you for joining me in this live. Where people can find you on social media? Are you just on Instagram?
I promote myself more on Instagram than anywhere else. I'm also on Facebook, but it's under a different name. Are you on Facebook?
I have one, but it just reposts my Instagram stuff automatically, and I never go there.
Yeah, so, no, I'm not a Facebook person, so most of my stuff is on Instagram. I will have a website up in the summer once I am completely done with all of my studies. I feel like that would be the right time for me to have a website, but right now I don't have a website. So yeah, this is basically the place where you can find me.
Okay, so it's at Somatic_Solace 333. So I will write it down, and also I will put it, because I will upload that on the YouTube and everywhere, so I will put your Instagram name there. So anyone that wants to find Solace, connect with her, see her amazing posts, all the knowledge that she has to share.
Yeah.
It's
and will you have this on your Instagram as well?
Yes, I will publish the live on Instagram. So yeah, so people that find me on your page on Instagram, I am divine_masculine_mindset. So I'm divine masculine mindset because again, your mindset creates your reality. So online, I started off like with the spiritual alpha mindset, but I changed it to divine masculine mindset. So it's like another step, a little bit higher in frequency.
Awesome, great.
Yes.
So yeah, so make sure you put me as a collab so that this goes on my page.
Yes, I will collab this live. So thank you very much, Solace, for joining me this week. I'm honored to be in your presence. I admire what you do. Very empowered woman, and not into shame at all. Just there to shine your light and to spread that message and to share the good knowledge to others, and to be able to enjoy their sexuality, which is a superpower. It is a superpower. It is the foundation of life. So there's nothing to be shameful about. Nature is highly sexual. There's sexuality everywhere around us, all the time, every day. So it's part of life. I mean, the bees, the flowers. I mean, sex is everywhere. It's everywhere. And the animals everywhere.
And we are animals.
Yes, we are. So with a different type of consciousness, so it's to be able to merge that high consciousness with those basic features. So it's to reach that balance. So everything in life is to be balanced, to reach that center, like we call that the 0 point, to be in that sweet spot, rebalance, and to be able to play with those energies, because we're magicians.
Right, yeah.
So yeah, grateful.
Thank you.
So thanks again for this one. So we'll probably do do another collab down the road in divine timing. Always a pleasure and an honor to talk with you. So we stay in touch and continue to do the good work and spread those high vibrations.
Yeah, you too. And thank you to all of those who joined us today.
Yes, thanks. So see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye, Vince.
Bye.